Hello. Trying to see where I am really quick. I'm trying to see where is my live. Oh, there it is. Hey, Kinfolks. Let me share this. Let me share this in the group if they will let me, because y'all know you can no longer share directly through a third party app into a group anymore. Why, I don't know, but that's their business, not mine. So we're gonna see if this gonna work. All right. So as y'all come in the chat, just let me know where y'all watching from. Y'all know, let me know what bus stop we at today. Um, all right, so here we go. Let's go into the Facebook group and let me go into the featured section. And we're going to scroll all the way down and we're going to find the stash because this is where you are going to find the blank template. So I'm going to show you how to design this real quick. And this is the long way, really, because honestly, if you just search stash in the group, you will find it. So I'm going back, back, back. It's like one of the first posts, and I'm already getting, oh, there it is. Epic Stash. Click there. It's going to take you to the Google Drive. We are going to go to the mirror frame. Boom. And since I'm going to be using Affinity, you can either open the PDF version or you can open the Affinity version. Okay. So let's go ahead and click here. That one wants to open in Designer 1. I'm opening in Affinity 2. That's just telling me, hey, this was created in version 1. You're creating it now in version 2. So if you save it, you won't be able to go back. But I already got the original. Okay. So let me make sure I'm checking the comments over here. All right, so this is how the mirror frame will come in. I've had a lot of questions asking, how do you design? Where is the template? So it's in the stash. It comes like this. The gray area is your sublimation area. The black area represents the frame, the mirror. So over here, you see in the gray area, it says insert photo here, mirror. This is the inside mirror. Insert photo here. This is the outside. And then you have the outside mirror. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to hit place over here. And I'm just doing a real quick one just to give people a brief idea because I did one last year, but no one can find the video quickly enough. So let me see if I can find one of my recent seniors that I just did. Let's see. I'm trying to find one where the background isn't removed. Well, that's kind of a nice one. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just trying to find a good picture. Okay. Um, let's go with this one. Okay. So I'm gonna go with this picture here. it's more horizontal than vertical. So again, like I said, on this frame, you can do it portrait mode or landscape. So since this one is more of a landscape, I mean, I can fill it like this, but I'm actually just going to turn my frame. So let's rotate the frame. Let me take this off. All right. And so now we have it basically in landscape. Okay. So I'm just going to drag this image to cover up that area, and I'm just going to drop it inside. So now that is clipped inside my inner gray square. I can move it around however I want. If I want to increase this a little bit to kind of make him a little bigger, I can do that. Boom. Okay. There's that. Now we're going to add the text and everything else, whatever kind of background we want. So let me, um, I'm going to come over here to stock. I need a background idea. Let's see, fireworks. I don't even know. I'm really just doing this off the cuff, y'all. Let's see what firework images they have over here. Um, let's just go with this one. I'm going to drop this into the inner photo area, or the outer photo, excuse me. Hey, Kinfolk. So now you see we have that there. Let me grab his blue right here. And I'm just going to turn it to blue to match just because this is not real, y'all. I'm just making this up as I go. Okay, boom. So now we have that there. Okay. Now I'm going to add some text. I think his name is Lawrence. So I'm going to grab my text tool and we're going to do Lawrence. Let's turn it to white just so I can see it. Let me grab a different font because I do not want Arial. Um, again, this is not even real, but again, I always have an issue with my fonts. Like even though I'm not even pressing this, printing it, nothing, I just can't be coming up in here with any old font. Let's go with that one. Okay. So we're going to center this up. I'm going to zoom in, get this centered in that rectangle right there. And then I got it lined up in the middle. Okay. Now, if you want to go add some effects, feel free. We can go up in here, add a bevel. Let's do an embossed one. No, let's do outer. And we can add that. If you want to add an outline, let's say we want to do a red outline because his school colors are red and blue. We can add an outline there. Okay, whatever you want to do. Nothing, like I said, this is just to basically show y'all how the template works. So now I'm gonna make a copy of this text. So Control J is the shortcut. And his school is Franklin Parish. So I'm gonna go Franklin vertical, and I'm gonna fit it over here. So let me shrink it down a little bit. Actually, let me center that. I'm gonna shrink this down a little. All right, we're gonna put it right in the middle. So if you need to turn this layer off, so you can actually see, making sure that you are in the gray area. So let's center it up right there and then make sure we're in the middle over here. Boom. So let's say we want to make this red and then make our stroke white. So let's do that. Okay. And I'm actually going to make it a little bit shorter. Just personal preference, no real reason. Duplicate that, Control J. Let's bring it over here. And then the rest of the school name is Parish. You could just do Franklin. If the school was Franklin, you could do Franklin High on this side if the school doesn't have two names. All right, so let's get this centered. Boom. Like that. If you want, you can stretch it just a little bit. It's naturally shorter because it has less letters, but and then let's come in with this one, make a copy, bring it down here. Let's do class. Oops, I have cap blocks on. Class of 2024. You can leave it with the same font. You can turn it to a script font if you want. It's totally up to you. We're just going to leave it all the same. Center it up. I'm trying to think if I have their logo somewhere. Let's see, they are Patriots. So I'm just going to search. This is not their actual logo, but I'm just using it as a reference. Um, let's make it red. So it's an embedded document. So let me go back to that. When I pulled it in, it's hard for you guys to see on the screen, but over here it says embedded. That means it's on its own, basically its own page. So when I double click, it takes me to a new page. If I change it over here and then close back out, it makes the changes in my main document. So I'm just going to shrink it down. I'm just going to add an outline just so you can kind of see it. So when I go back in, I need to add my stroke over here because this is the main document. If you don't like working in an embedded window, you can always copy and paste, which is what I normally do, but I didn't this time. All right, so go back out of there. Now you can see it has the outline. Okay, so I'm about 90% sure that you need to put the logo on the right side because I think the hole is on the left, but you need to double check. Okay, because depending on which direction, no, I think when it's horizontal, it needs to go on this side, and when it's vertical, but double check your frame so you know where the hole is. But there is a hole where you stand it up at, so you need to put your logo on the opposite side of the hole. I think when it's standing portrait mode, it's on the left-hand side, which means when you put it in landscape mode, it's on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna move it over because I'm almost certain that's the way that it is. But again, when you get your frame, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as the hole. You just need to double check. All right, I'm gonna go turn my background back on. Oops. Okay, I mean, that background is kind of dark, but it is what it is. We could turn it to red if we wanted to. That's what it was originally, actually. So if we leave that as red, I can turn this to blue. That looks a little better. And then if I wanted this outline to be blue, I could turn the outline to blue to match. So let me just use my color picker there and grab that. Okay. Either way, you can do however you want. But basically, let me make sure this is in the center. Yep. That's it. Now, when I go to print this, because remember, the black area just represents the glass. So if I turn the black areas off, this is what I get. Okay. So the one thing that I do that's a little bit different is I'm going to leave the outside on. This is basically going to be my bleed area. So I'm going to take the copy of my, I'm going to take a copy of my background and I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to drop it into the outside mirror. Okay. So now I'm going to turn off the inside mirror, so that inside black piece, and I'm going to turn off the inside photo because I basically took my background and dropped it into the mirror, the outside mirror. The reason I did that is because it builds in the bleed for you. So basically that's your bleed area. So if I were to put it back together, this is what it would look like. So the black is the mirror. This layer, the red layer, is where the frame is, so you could sub there. Then the inside mirror part, and then the middle part. Only these two parts are actually sublimatable. The glass mirror part will not sub, but this outside layer acts as the bleed area. So I throw my background in there, whoops, and it lines up perfect. Oh, I'm turning off the wrong thing. There we go. So then when I go to print, I turn off the mirror part and this is what I have. It looks like it's funky and all over the place, but when you print it, your mirror will line up right there where it needs to be. Any questions? That's it. Like it literally takes you, and once you have this one done, it takes you 5 minutes to change. Not even 5 minutes, it takes you 2 minutes to change. I can come in here, grab this picture, let's replace it. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to find hopefully another horizontal one. But let's see if I can find another one. Let's say we're going to go with this picture. Nope, this one should have been vertical. So I'm going to find a different one just because I don't want to flip it again. But you can always flip it back to portrait mode. Let me see. Let me see. I know I have quite a few grad pictures in here. Looks like most of them are vertical. So let's grab her right here. And we're just gonna make her fit, okay? Again, I would probably turn this vertical just because of the layout of the picture, but for the sake of this, we're not. Then I'm gonna go grab me another background. Let's just say, mm, I don't even know. Boom, these pink clouds. I don't even know what they are. No, they don't stand out as much. Let's do this pink wood. All right, let me shrink it down. And then I'm gonna drop that into my outside mirror layer. Boom. I know everything else is basically in the spots that it needs to be in. So I can change the name. Her name is Samantha. 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 She also goes to the same school. She's class of 2024, but let's just say she goes to another school. Um, 1 second, you guys. Okay, so then I'm gonna change that. This is gonna say high because there's no, let me align that to the middle. Boom, let's change the colors. Let's grab this and get this light pink. Let's flip it. Do white with light pink. Oh, let's grab the darker pink actually. All right, so we're gonna grab the same over here. Boom, whatever their logo is, I could change out the logo and swap it out. Not even what, a minute or two to swap it. Hey everybody. Hey, hey, hey. But yeah, just that quick. Like that's it. So like I said, when you turn back on the black mirror areas, let me turn this. So then this is how your mirror is actually going to look. So these black areas are actually the mirror part. So if we want to kind of make it look see-through like that, that's where the mirror is actually going to show up at. And then the white part that's on the frame is where you can actually sublimate. So you sublimate the whole back. You don't have to cut out the rectangles or anything. You sublimate the whole back, and the sublimation is only going to take in those areas. The glass will not sublimate on the mirror part. So basically that 7 by 9 inch outside is what you want to sublimate. But you have these areas in here so you know where to put your text. You know where to put your inside picture so that way everything falls nicely. But this is basically how your print's going to look when you print it out. And again, remember, this is a mirror frame, but you do not mirror your image because you're putting it on the back side. So the image is going to come through the front. So you do not mirror your image on the mirror frame. It's ironic, I know, but make sure you make a note of that. Do not mirror when you purchase them. On the website, it says it. I think it's in like all caps and red letters. But again, sometimes we miss it. So mirror frames do not mirror your image.